The recent breakthrough in animal cloning is one that could yield enormous benefits. This new discovery raises the troubling prospect that it might someday be possible to clone human beings from our own genetic material. There is much about cloning that we still do not know, but this much we do know. Any discovery that touches upon human creation is not simply a matter of scientific inquiry. It is a matter of morality and spirituality as well. In the meantime, I am taking further steps to prevent human cloning. The federal government currently restricts the use of federal funds for research involving human embryos. After reviewing these restrictions, our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings. Effective immediately, no federal agency may support, fund, or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example. I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances.
I must also state for the record that I disagree with President Clinton. I disagree with his order, and quite frankly, I believe that he does not have the authority to issue this order, quite frankly. I think it's proper and right for us as public policy individuals to ask how it's going to affect us. That's why I think Senator Domenici is on the right track. To ask how will it interfere within our constitutional framework of government, our rights of privacy. Those are legitimate, I think, areas for us to be involved in. But I don't think it's legitimate for us to try to stop this inquiry. What nonsense. What utter nonsense. To think that somehow we're going to hold up our hand and say stop. I'll make a statement right here. Cloning will continue. The human mind will continue to inquire into this. Human cloning will take place, and it'll take place in my lifetime. And I don't fear it at all. I welcome it. I think it's right and proper that we continue this kind of inquiry. I think it holds untold benefits for humankind in the future. And Dr. Wilmot, I congratulate you for what you've done. I think it was very brave to take this step. But if I just might ask one question. Just one. Do you know this reach does not go beyond federal government funding. There could well be in this country or other countries at the present time experimentation going on in cloning that goes beyond what was done with sheep in Dr. Wilmot. Is that true?
Let me point out, Senator, that the President's directive applies, first of all, to restrictions on federal funding from any agency to do specifically human cloning.
Thank you, Dr.
I just want to follow up again, Mr. Chairman. It is possible that certain experimentation of that nature in human cloning could be going on today in laboratories either in this country or in other parts of the world. It is possible.
Yes, it's possible.
Thank you.
Dr. Wilmot, would you like to make a comment, and then Senator Mack after that?
I obviously share the Senator's view of the nature of science and the fact that it is not possible and not even desirable to attempt to regulate the way in which science progresses, the questions which it asks. However, I think I do have a slightly different view about the application of this particular technique. I would be very concerned that you do address the question of the individuals who will be involved, the women, of course, and the children who would be born, and would reiterate that I personally have still not heard a potential use of this technique to produce a new person that I would find ethically acceptable. And on that basis, I hope that you're wrong and that we do not see cloning in our lifetimes.
Well, if if I just might, I just say
Quick response, and Senator Mack.
that as long as it's not done against someone's free will.
Senator Connie Mack.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and give me a moment to just say a couple of thank yous. I do.